So
Wow.
you can't order too much food, and you can't binge eating videos in China anymore.
I
Mm,
would be in prison right now because like I love those videos so much.
just
I didn't
mukbang.
even, I didn't even know that was a thing.
It is a thing.
It is, but it's
Oh,
I love all
disgusting.
the mukbangers, when they're eating their faces off. And I actually, fun fact, I was interested in competitive eating, but I just don't know how to just stretch my stomach to that point.
what?
Yeah,
Competitive eating? What the fuck is that?
like when like you eat and you compete because you're eating and you eat and you eat.
So basically, they just put plates in front of you and see who can eat the most, or the one who can, like, the one person who's the last man or woman standing.
It depends. Like sometimes it's to see like who can eat the fastest, or if you can finish like 8 burgers or 10 burgers or 12 burgers, or if you can finish like a huge plate of food and stuff. A lot of people do that. Like it's a thing, and I was super interested in it. But
So
yeah,
it's basically like athletic as a whole. It has like different, a what is it, categories or whatnot, pole vault,
yeah,
what.
pretty pretty
So
much.
which one would have been your item you specialized in?
My item I specialize in, I am obsessed with like eating like a lot of food, so I'd probably do that. It's just that I can't, but if I train myself, I know for a fact that I will be able to do that. But it's a lot of pain also, so I have to get paid for it. So I'm not willing to do it if I don't get paid for it.
You can train with mukbangs. You can try those first and stretch your stomach. See how far you can go.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, do that.
But then the thing is, now I want to know if that is actually a thing in South Africa because I don't know any South African person who does it.
It's a fairly white people thing in South Africa, you know. Uh, I don't think black parents would allow black kids to participate in such things. Lesenyanicho.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's not happening. Your mom will smack you into next Wednesday, coming out here
So,
buying a whole loaf just for practice.
yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah, but that's the thing. So now I actually want to do it as like a career.
But is there like money in it, or is this just like something that like is potentially lucrative in the future?
I'm not really sure. Like, actually, there's money in it. But the thing is, I'm not sure if in South Africa, like, there's money in it.
I
It's
don't
like
think.
bodybuilding. Like,
I doubt in
Mm.
SD you're gonna make money with that.
unless if I start a YouTube channel in South Africa doing that, I feel like a lot of people will be like, oh, wow. She can eat malamorodu and eat motwana and eat beef stew and eat rice and eat all in the same sitting. I feel like a lot of people would be interested in that. But everywhere else, they're already doing it. It's like a thing. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I think my option is either just start it here and hope that people like it, or just go move somewhere where I can actually do it, like maybe Australia or something.
I think you'd get a lot of shit for it. Like people would watch, but you'd also have your critics, as I'm sure like all over the world they do. They probably have the like there are children starving, and you're just eating food for the sake of eating food. Do you
First of
know
all,
how?
I'm from Africa, and I feel like that children are starving nonsense does not work on me because I'm African. So people should just hold their eggs because yeah, that shit does not fly with me. Cause bruh, like I'm South African, like if you are gonna be like kids are starving in Africa, no, they're not. I am one of the kids who are starving in Africa, and I'm not starving. So I feel like
Don't
that's the
say
one.
that. There are really kids starving in Africa. Don't
They
say
really
that.
are. Okay, let's not take away from the fact that like other people are actually struggling. But then, hi, Nani. No, it's not like you're not gonna use that as an excuse to blackmail other people and making other people feel like shit. But then, yeah, critics are there every day, I'm sure.
In the article I read, what they said was uh, 33 million tons of food go in China. I don't know whether it was every day or every year. It could well be
No,
every
what?
day because there are that many uh, people in China. Um, so they, it's not like China is like in a shortage crisis, but like with what's happening around COVID and stuff, they were just like sort of like tightening the reins on like uh there was some UN report that came out. 33 million tons of food gets wasted in China. I don't know whether that's annually or daily, and 66 million in the US and all that. So
Mhm.
China are sort of like trying to ensure that like the food does not go to waste. I don't understand how like this specifically uh changes that, but the idea was like basically like let's not waste food. And so I read that like this is like a thing where like if an inspector comes into a restaurant, there has to be less dishes than people in the restaurant, or you get like $1,400 fine. And uh advertising companies who promote binge eating would get fined $16,000. uh so for me it's like, okay, sharp, 83 million tons of food gets wasted. Why not rather implement a law to ensure that like the hungry get that 33 million ton of food that is wasted, Rather pass legislation that says or like, okay, sharp, what food that needs to be consumed, like like there are food that like you can't consume like the next day, like you didn't eat it today, you have to throw it away. So like food like that, you have to go give it to orphanages or like homeless people or something, like something that like the food actually reaches hungry people instead of like circumventing like the amount of food people actually make, because the amount of food that goes to waste actually shows what like there's enough food in the world that nobody has to starve.
Hey, yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem because it's like okay, like where is this food wasted? Are they saying like people are throwing away way too much food, or people are just over ordering, over buying food?
Basically it's like it's a bit of everything, I guess. There are like the one instance that was reported was like that already like has already the one institution or restaurant that was already fined or got in trouble for it, like they were throwing out food. It was an instance where like they determined that the food would not be good enough to be sold the next day or whatnot, so they had to throw it
Mm-hmm.
out that day. So that's the one instance they reported in the article or something along those lines. So it's something along the lines of a little bit of everything. It's like it's more centered around like uh like fast food, I guess, in
Mm.
like not more, not really like uh ingredients you buy to make food, more like fast food. Like people are buying like 10 pizzas and 5 burgers and like maybe only eating 3.5 pizzas and 5 burgers, and then like whatever is left of it they throw out. I think uh it's more focused on like that, like the immediate ready-made stuff and stuff like that. From
I
the sound of
see.
it.
I see.
Yeah.
I really like the thing is, what problem is this gonna solve?
That's what I'm saying though. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. What like sharp, you making this law that will ultimately like just decrease the amount of fast food that is being produced on a daily basis and that is being bought. It's not like you are saying like this will help feed the hungry or anything, you know.
Mm.
It's just like maybe uh restaurants will make less money and like people will consume less fast food again, which is less money for restaurants, which kind of like disadvantages your economy if you think about it. So it I see the intention that like okay you're wasting food, like okay you're wasting food is a valid reason for anything, but like the the method and like like you said it doesn't change anything, you know. It like the amount of hungry people in China are still going to be the amount of hungry people in China.
So, cause I do get it. I get it. Like I am also against wasting, and I feel like, yeah, your girl wasted a lot of food, but then now I don't even waste anything. It's like I literally, if something is a lot and I see that it's gonna rot, I'm gonna like make salad with that thing, and I'm gonna make pap with that thing, and I'm gonna make tea with that thing, and bruh, I'm gonna eat it like forever. But also at the same time, I'm just like, yo, like I do get it, but what problem are you solving? You know, instead of saying for every 5 rand of pizza that you are buying, we are giving it to like less advantaged people, or just something that's gonna help people. Now this, it's like the people who are wasting have the money to waste. You get.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like it does not affect them in any way, whether they buy less or more food. It's like if I want 2 pizzas and you don't want me to buy 2 pizzas, I can buy one and then I can send my husband to buy another one. That's not
And not
overbuying
everybody
anything.
needs to buy one each.
You see? So I honestly don't understand. Maybe they have, I don't even know. They have like of another reason why. But what did they say the reasons were though? They were
They were curtailing waste. That's it.
With no
That's the
solution.
reason.
With no solution to where the waste is gonna go.
I don't know. That's China for you. Dineo should find us a Chinese correspondent.
ish, unfortunately I only like work in Korea, guys. Like I am afraid the Chinese are not part of my payroll, so I can't find you like a proper Chinese person who's gonna help us find a solution for this. Cause wow, like this does not make sense.
But you agree that all Asian people are your people
No,
on this podcast. All Asian people are your people.
All of.
not all of them. Not all of them, guys.
Okay, who
It's
are we excluding? We don't care. We know where it's Korea, and we know where you and Kim Jong Un have like secret meetings and an affair. But like, who else? Who is not included in your a little Asian posse?
I feel like China is gonna get me into trouble. So yo, I'm excluding China right away. quick in the heart, guys. I'm excluding China because I feel like China is just gonna get me into trouble.
Mhm.
So everyone except China, basically.
Okay. Uh, because I was about to like just smear China on you because honestly I was just about to drop China in her lap and just because she's the closest thing to an Asian here, I was about to attack Dineo. A reason being, uh, I think this 2 days back when it was reported, or yesterday even, I think her name is Hotatsu Maduna or something, but I do know her name is Hotatsu. I apologize for not getting her surname correct, but apparently she fell from the 13th floor of building in China, of an apartment building where she was visiting her friend. She was a civil engineer student in China in one of
Hmm.
the cities there. And then so as I was like reading the article, I saw like people comment under the article. One person commented that the exact same thing happened to her sister or cousin last year. And then another
Mm.
person from Zambia reported that, like, wait a minute, the same thing happened to, I think it was a friend or a relative. And I'm like sitting there listening to this shit because, like, already the Hotatsu story was questionable to me. Like, how do you fall from the 13th floor visiting your friend? Jay, does this building not have walls and windows? What exactly was happening? Because that's all the article said, that like this person fell from the 13th floor. Now you have like two other people reporting that the exact same thing happened to their relatives or friends. And I'm like, no, man, that is a little fishy.
Like just in jail, like they did not even say like was she
No,
pushed? Did she jump?
no, it's just she fell from the 13th floor. That is why I'm asking, how do you fall from the 13th floor without, like, like, I could understand if the article said, or like, this person jumped, but the article says she fell.
Ooh.
Makes sense.
And then two other people say the exact same thing happened to someone I know or someone I'm related to.
Yeah, that's dodge. That's very, very dodgy. It does not make sense. That's dodgy.
It is super dodgy. So now I'm just here asking myself what exactly is happening in China.
What were the
To
other two studying?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they were studying. I don't even know if it was the same building, but I do know where they fell. The report says they fell, and like
Mhm.
the I not the report, like the relatives or friends or whatever they were say, like the exact same thing happened to these people.
Super dodge.
What's happening in China?
I really
Because
don't know.
here's the thing. I think like white people are so good at racism that like they've sort of like them being as racist as they are has allowed other racist ethnicities ethnit, ethnicities
Yeah.
yeah,
The battle
that
of the
word.
ethnicity.
it,
Necessities.
yeah, it has allowed other racist ethnicities to like sort of like get away with it, like without being questioned, and like with everyone just never speaking on it. And I think Chinese people fall under that category. And not just, I'm not talking specifically to the Hotatsu thing, but the reports of what was happening to black people in China during the pandemic. Because if you saw last year as well, like how there were tons of reports of how African people could not go into malls. They were getting evicted out of China last year during the pandemic.
Mm.
So black people were just being mistreated, and it didn't. It was like a thing for like a few days, and then like it wasn't a thing anymore. That's why I say, like, I think white people being so brilliant at racism has allowed other people who are racist and other ethnicities who are racist to like just be able to be racist in peace, and nobody ever calls them out on it. The Chinese and the Japanese, I feel like, are two of those.
But don't you think that maybe like what's happening in China is because of like the um anti-Asian regime that's happening like
No,
in the West?
the thing that happened in China happened before the anti-Asian thing. The anti-Asian thing is like this year. China been kicking black people out since last year.
And apparently even longer than that because like well, I don't know how credible YouTube is because some people just say things that are not even true, but a lot of people have been complaining about, especially China.
Hmm.
I feel like if I were to rank it, I'd say I've seen a lot of people complain about China the most, and then Korea, and then Japan about how racism. I mean, you chisels.
English.
Today, it is a beat us to a pulp. Eh?
It
It
must
is
be
what
in the weather. Must be in
Doing
the
the
weather.
it is.
most.
It is the weather, guys. But it's this language. It's not the one that I was come out of stomach and speaking for the right away. So make it for the understand. So yeah. Anyways, um, you know I'm very good at losing my points.
Yes. That's why
But yeah, those are the
we didn't have an episode last week.
bruh.
Uh,
Those
yes.
three countries, people complain a lot about like the anti-black thing. But what I honestly feel like is, even though some of these incidences are not reported in other countries, I just feel like everyone is just racist against black people.
Yes.
I feel like
Yes.
it's just the mentality that people are taught and what they see on TV. Obviously, like that has like a lot. It impacts a person's learning a lot. So I just feel like black is like the blackest is like the darkest race. The people, it's like literally anything negative is associated with black people, and it's also like that for like other races, but it's more so for black people. It's like on the hierarchy of like goodness, we are at the very bottom, and then maybe above us is the Mexicans. But that's how things always were, and I just feel like everyone is just racist against black people, and because they view us as violent, if anything happens, we are the first ones that they're gonna kill. And
Mm.
then after that they're gonna basically go to Mexico and start doing their shit there because they also don't like Mexicans. And then after Mexicans, I think the Indians.
I just feel like China and Japan and like maybe even the Middle East uh are just better at like framing racism in like a presentable way to the world, because like they frame it in like, like when you watch like Chinese docs or anything Chinese or Japanese related, you'll hear like what a proud nation they are and how difficult it is for them to accept outsiders, like marrying like their people and like shit along those lines. So I just feel like white people have not been able to like find a way to like frame racism a in a way that like doesn't make people question it as much as like they do when it comes to like the Asian counterparts, you know. I just think that like that's the only difference is like uh China and Japan and the likes have just been able to like incorporate it into like make it a cultural thing rather than us
Mhm.
saying we're like, but wait, that's racism, you know. It's just that white people like, you know, you are less cultural, you have zero culture, would say. So you know, like it's blatant with you guys, but like with them, like they've just found a way to like frame it better. And now everybody says like, oh, that's so exotic. Oh, that's so fascinating. No, bitch,
Mhm.
still racism.
Wow, your bitch was very intense.
Not, you know, like for me, it fucks with my mind because like I am like right now as I'm watching the news in all these places, and like as someone who wants to travel, I'm sort of like, you know, it's one thing to like experience an ordeal in your own country, you know, because like help is not that far away, you know. But
Hmm.
now you want to go to all these places. Like I wanna on the Great Wall of China, you know. I love Japan. Anyone who knows me has probably knows what like the first thing or like the one thing I've always wanted to do was like, you know, backpack through Japan. So, you know, like I watch all these things and like I watch what happened in Hawaii to like the South African dude who got shot by the police. I would have liked to go to Hawaii, but now I'm just looking at that shit and like, you know, like the possibility that I might just have an ordeal so far away from home and it would be difficult to get help because I'm so far away from home. And like all this just because I'm black, it makes me not want to go there.
Yeah, and I also feel like these things are not only happening to black people, so we're not gonna like make it seem like it's only absolutely like a black problem. But I feel like people have a way of just being racist and, like you said, blaming it on like things like culture and whatever, because apparently in Korea there are clubs that they don't allow foreigners, right? And then they're like, a foreigner once came here and then they messed things up, and then now they don't allow foreigners anymore to come close to the club because foreigners did ABCDE, and therefore they like nobody wants them. So my point is people you know what, ne? Nowadays, like sometimes I forget my point in somewhere and then I forget to go and take it before doing the podcast, so that when I need to make a point I can find it, it can be next to me, but now I left it. So yeah, but anyways, yeah, people really like they they okay, in my opinion, I feel like I don't view it as racism unless if, because if you like, no, I don't date black girls, it's like, okay, it's fine. You don't date black girls, it's a preference thing. I also have a preference, so it's
Yeah.
completely okay. And if you say I don't want black friends, it's like, yeah, okay, we get it, it's not racism, it's just preference. But then now, if you
What do we
disturb
get
my
about not
peace,
wanting black friends? What do we get
huh?
about that? What do we get about not wanting black friends? Why would you not want a black friend? Eh,
I also don't know, because like we are literally like, let me not get started about like, how saucy having a black friend is. Let me
Bruh.
not get started about even your food is gonna taste better. I mean, get yourself a black friend, honestly. But if you're a person and you say, you know what, I don't want any of that, like chocolate is not for me. I like myself some vanilla, I like myself some
But
caramel.
wait. Before you move on, let's even black parents don't want black children to have black friends. Like even black parents don't trust like other black children, you know? Because eh, I don't think your mom, not specifically your mom, but I think the average black parent, if I say I'm going out with
But
Karen,
mostly your mom.
it's mostly your mom. I don't think
Hmm.
my mom is having as big a problem as me being out late with Karen as with Tumisani, you know. And I don't think they'll blame my misbehavior on Karen
Mm-mm.
like they would on Tumisani.
That's true. That's true. And I feel like it also goes back to like the things, the shit that we've been fed
Mm,
through television, through literally everything. And you even don't even trust your own people because they've been painted black, literally painted black. So I feel like that has messed us up, and the rest of the world is suffering from it.
yeah,
But
that's
then,
true.
like, yeah, and I was about to say, like, I feel like also some people are too sensitive when it comes to race, ne? Because,
Huh?
like I said, for me, I just feel like you not wanting black friends or not wanting to date a black person or just being like, I don't want black people in my circle. I feel like that's not racism. If you say that, it's like sharp or preference, okay. But the moment you start now disturbing my peace, the moment when people have to die now solely because they're black or any other color, I feel like that's where the problem is, and that's where we draw the line. And yo, guys,
Tini, help your friend.
Dino, are you done?
no,
Are you
yo, I can't
okay?
find my point. Yo, like
Yeah, ding.
mind block, mind block.
But it's so sad that black has been associated with so much bad. I really don't. I wish I knew where it comes from. Like, are we so bad to society that we are hated by all these other races? I mean, even colors don't want to be associated with black people. They want to be so attached to white than us because we are as these monsters. Why? Why
So
are people
But
yeah,
hated
you
by
know what?
this
black?
You know what the crazy part is? Black people here in Africa just chilling. They were bothering no one. Everything that happened to black people have had to come from wherever they fuck they're from to come and do it to black people. It's not like black people were going around the globe being a nuisance in any other way. Black people were chilling at home, minding their own fucking business, like being black, being chilled, and like the mind fuck part is also like black people are so welcoming and accommodating. So it's not like we are like all these other races where like they are so, like Dineo say that in have like clubs where they don't allow foreigners. We don't do that over here. We just like like we want to show you like how we live and how we do things. Come and participate and be a part of it. We don't like to like people feel like they left out.
and
Yeah,
you hear like their reason is because one foreigner just came and maybe they started a fight or did something wrong, and then from there they were like, nope, we're banning all of you guys because we don't want none of this. But it's like
Y'all
it's a
came and
normal thing.
imagine if we started that in SA and we just said all Chinese people eat dogs, so we don't want you anywhere near our pets.
Yeah.
How is that
And
be to them?
You see, so I just feel like it's like bullying, ne? So ish, a lot of people at work really have like a love and hate relationship with me because of the way I don't allow them to bully me. So I'm very bubbly and everything, but I don't like being bullied, and I will, like I will fight you in a split second if I feel like you're bullying me. So it's literally the same thing. Like people want to bully black people and they don't want them to fight back. And then once they do, now it becomes a problem. So they just want to do all of these things to us, and then we shouldn't do anything. We should just watch them literally killing us, and like making us their liberates in a way.
Mm.
And then we should not do anything. So now the problem is that we
you know what?
actually can't sit back anymore and be like, I there's nothing we can do. Like now we actually can speak for ourselves and stand up for ourselves and be like, nope, your ass is not gonna do that to me because I'm black. Absolutely not. I will deal with you quick in a hurry.
But the sad part for me is like supposedly we're supposed to have like good relationships with like China. Like supposedly we are on good terms and that us and China are friends. But it saddens me that like we've had like reports of like these things happening to black people in China, and our government did shit. Their government has not done shit. Like, so it's like it's one thing to say like uh I know it's not usually like specifically did something to like a specific person, but like these are your people, and it's like you're not even sending a message of tolerance and like let us be accommodating towards our black brothers from Africa, as we have been to Chinese people in South Africa. That is not being reciprocated over there, and
Mm-mm.
China does big business in Africa, specifically in South Africa. So for me, that's just the sad part that like our government doesn't even place any pressure on China to say, but like, no, fam, uh, why are you not doing, you know, for our people what we do for your people? We even have a Chinese person in our government, for fuck's sakes. So it's like for me, that's
But I
that's
feel
that's
like now it's gonna be a problem because it's like if South African people decide to retaliate and then they're like, okay, since our people are dying all the way in China, we're gonna kill people here.
Mm.
Because that's like I feel like the only way to resolve this issue in people's heads. They're probably thinking, yeah, well, if you do that to our people, then we're gonna do that to your people. And there are a lot of Chinese people in South Africa. They can just pick one and just do it. So that is also a problem because I feel like we should stop looking at China as the problem and also like start looking at like the South African government because it's like Mara, the South African government is, you know, is,
Those
the thing is
17
now.
year olds are not gonna do anything.
yeah, because even now they apparently the Hotatso girl, it's gonna cost 300,000 US dollars to ship her body back to South Africa, or
How many
300,000
million?
rand. 300,000 rand, I think, not dollars,
Okay.
but like and like
Still,
the family like have managed to raise 100K so far, and I read that there's a funeral parlor who said like if the body gets back to South Africa, they will like take care of the transportation and the burial for free. Shout out to them. But like they're still 200K short, as I read this morning. But in my head, I'm thinking like, why should those like we have a South African embassy in China, I'd like to think. Why
Yeah.
is this
mm,
so difficult to get like a body? It's not like it's a slew of bodies, it's one body. Why is it so difficult to get one South African back home Why must her family go through this much, like to get back their kid when we have a South African embassy and like where we supposedly have a good relationship with these people? Why can they not just ship her body back home?
Exactly.
And for the
So
family to even have to raise so much money,
three
that
hundred
doesn't make
thousand
sense.
is a
For
lot.
just bringing the body back,
Just
cause
bringing the body
remember
back.
there's still money that needs to be raised for the funeral also,
Yeah.
and it's just a lot. And also they are grieving because their child was far away from them, and their child just died, and it looks like nobody wants to explain what happened. You know.
So they won't get closure, and now they might not. They might even like because I heard that they have a week to get like the 300K, and then I think the Chinese government is gonna dispose of the body probably by cremation or something, and like and you know what like it's very important for black people to like receive the body because like they
Mm.
have their own rituals and stuff that they need to do. So like
Mm.
they might not even get that. So never mind the closure of like our kid fell, that they will get obviously, because if the cover like, even if the Chinese government like investigate and they find foul play, I don't think they like telling the world. They'll cover it up, you know. So on top of that, they might never get the body.
It's really sad. Eh?
It
It
really
is.
is.
And the thing is, for me, it angers me because it really does not have to be. It does not have to be this way. Not if we are supposedly friends. You know,
No.
it doesn't have to be this way. So it's like you said. At some point, we have to start looking at our government funny. Which government I don't know because our president has been suspended from his own party. Whether that's legal or not is another story. But like what the craziness that's just happening in
We are
this
led by fossils. We're not going anywhere slowly.
banana republic,
Straight up.
they must just join our politics.
No. Hell no. 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 Keep that energy. Mm-mm. No. No, 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 no.
You don't want Ace Mahashule here giving us commentary.
I don't want I don't want a walking corpse to be in my ear. I cannot deal with that. I cannot.
Moments like these when like all these opposition parties are silent when they could like they have the opportunity to show that like they could lead better than the current government and like it's like they are setting you up for the assist right there. Like this is your time to shine and actually show us what you can do. And all of them are quiet.
Mm.
But like when it's time to protest, all of you are there. But like when you have to take out money, none of you are.
Yep.
You guys, those are the people who want us to like vote for them and say, yeah, you're gonna make our country better. At the end of the day, the country, the people are the country. So if you can't take care of the people, or if you can't take care of one person, how must 45 million or 57 million people now trust that you are able to take care of them?
Hey,
So, yeah,
government is just a constant disappointment. They are constantly disappointing us, and but hey, man, I do believe that there are good people out there, and there are people who are gonna donate money to make this possible.
Yeah.
yes,
But hey, I guess you must just live life knowing that you know what. Hey, money.
life is a beach. It fucks us all.
It really does. And the sad thing is, there are people who, some people don't even have compassion for other people, and they can't, like, they will say nasty things and not even feel sorry for this family, you know? I'm pretty sure some people are already like saying some really, you know, ignorant things.
Like no, yeah, guy.
Yeah, like no, yeah, guy, and yeah, ish. Yeah, I feel like racism is a problem, but also black people are pandemics on their own, Jay, sometimes because of their words. Because I am pretty sure that there are people who are super ignorant in this situation and who are not even willing to help. It's like if you're not gonna help, just shut the fuck up. Like save the world,
I
but
just
shut
hate
the fuck
I
up.
just hate how we always turn serious things into jokes. Like all the time, we key our ways through everything, and sometimes it's not even funny.
It's not necessary all the time.
Yeah, that's why people are going to take over this country because we ha our way through everything. We just lose out on
Exactly.
a lot because we just key this ha
Yeah.
that.
Like
Just a joke.
someone just died, a family just lost,
It's
you
a
know,
challenge. They're just gonna turn it into a challenge.
and then they're gonna bruh, like
Go
nah
to
fam, I feel
China
like
never return challenge. You know how
I
people stupid.
That's true. I think we've said our piece. There's not much happening in the world.
KB,
Coronavirus.
KB is
ooh.
happening.
What's happening?
Prince KB.
I forgot. I forgot about that. You know what? I'm not even gonna hate on Prince KB or make fun of him because because he's been there for Keenan. I saw a video of them playing soccer last week.
Can I say something?
Go
Go
I'm
for
not
it.
going
ahead.
to hate. I'm not going to hate on him. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to appreciate the Lord's work because God creates, ne?
I didn't see that anyway. I just heard of the pic that was allegedly leaked. I never got to see it.
Oh,
So
you never did.
I
we
didn't
we
see it.
all did. We did.
I'm sure you did. Cause like for me, like the same when Pulani's nudes leaked, I saw it, but I'm pretty sure a lot of women didn't see it, you know.
I
I
once saw
saw
it.
too.
But I didn't see Prince KB's nude or nude. Ad.
It wasn't a nude, but it was a nude.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, at least if someone's gonna leak your news and like you are well endowed, I don't think you give a fuck as much. So if it was me, I wasn't even gonna take legal action. I was just gonna be like, thank you. You have now drawn half of South African women to me.
Yeah. Like the thing is, the women are not mad. We are not mad because it's very beautiful things, and you.
You're not mad. I'm sure like what's her name, Zola?
She's not either one. This is like she still has these pictures on her Instagram. That girl is bewitched. Bamuloi. But I can see what Oloileke in, so yeah.
Paul, you must check your WhatsApp.
I will. Please don't tell.
Take it on the line,
Uh,
and give us your reaction.
Let me give you a real time reaction. Yeah, no, I approve this message. It's
Yeah.
like, no, no, like, it has veins and shit.
Bruh.
Like,
And it's like, when was the last time you saw a penis just standing straight like that? Like
like
this, it's like
Prince-
it has been ironed.
this guy is probably the only guy who has muscles everywhere.
Bruh.
Like, you have muscles everywhere. But no, like, yeah, no. Uh, Since you say her, you understand what bewitched her, you know. Eh, let me put you in her position. No pun intended. Let me put you in her position. Are you leaking his nudes or his nude if he cheats? And like apparently because I saw the press release statement that the girl released that said Hore she had in no way had sexual relations with him. So it was,
Njani?
it was cheating, but it was not like cheating to that extent. But it's still cheating. Make no mistake. But are
Mm.
you leaking his nudes for that?
Dini answer.
Ghana, what's your question?
He's still looking at the picture, probably.
Oh, no, I don't have it. I don't have it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what you want everyone to think.
I swear, I swear, I don't have the picture.